Jenny from the box. Today we're going to be working on her right shoulder. She's getting a little bit of impingement. It's not really getting the range of motion that she doesn't feel like she's getting the range of motion that she needs, and on her erectors. But I'm going to have Jenny tell you a little bit about herself.
Hello, I'm Jenny. I've been doing CrossFit for about 7 years now, and I've known these guys for about 2.
Is it 2 years?
I think so.
No, 3 years.
3?
3 years.
3 years. It's been about 6 months since I last saw them because life's been crazy, but I'm just getting back into moving with a little bit more intensity, building back up, and I'm back.
Yeah, we're going to work on her shoulder, so let's get into it, guys. Pinning her pectoral down. We're going to work on her attachments. We'll work on her front delt, her rotator cuff, rear delt, and then we'll probably look into splitting the muscle for the bicep and tricep as well.
Ooh.
Then we'll probably get into her lats, serratus, infraspinatus, all this stuff in there. How's that feel? Doesn't feel good.
Oh, not terrible.
Okay, well.
Yet.
Okay, so we're just gonna warm this up. She's got a little inconsistencies in here. Doing some slow, deep work just to warm it up, and then we're gonna start doing some ART, some pin and pull techniques.
Yeah, actually, when I go in, and even like right in the middle, because I
Like
know
towards
that's
your
where,
sternum?
yeah, it like just this side feels not so
Okay.
nice.
Right there where you start to feel that pull, huh? I
Yeah.
can feel it too. Ooh, a little pop.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna use some cups. We'll use some blades in there. Okay, we're gonna pin this down, her scapula, and then you're gonna go ahead and punch up, and then take it back past your ears. There you go. And bring it back and relax it. Okay, we can feel back here on your trap. There's not really a separation there. It's all like one big muscle.
And that's not what's supposed to happen?
Well, you're supposed to have some separation or divided between each muscle so that we're able to do its own work.
Yeah.
Even your scap. I'm digging my fingers into her scap and giving it a nice stretch, rotating it forward, and then getting into her rhomboids. Okay, so let's have you sit up. You're gonna face that way, Jenny.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is grab in between your legs, grab the table. There you go. And I want you to pull your body back. I want you to stress this out.
Like.
Yeah, there you go. And we're just trying to elongate this muscle while she's using it to get blood in there and break it down. It's kind of using, like how some of those bodybuilders use the voodoo floss while they work out. It's kind of the same concept. So if you live a sedentary lifestyle, your muscles aren't going to be activated. There's going to be, especially if you're hitting your 30s, 40s, you lose a lot. You don't use it, you will lose it. Now, someone who works out consistently doesn't mean that they're working out correctly. So if they're working out and they're doing things incorrectly, their muscle imbalance is going to be completely off.
Yeah, so I'd say that's probably what, for me, before finding them. So if we met 3 years ago, the 4 years prior, I wasn't necessarily moving, I think now that
down.
Oh
Relax
gosh.
it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think now that I think about it, I was moving and just kind of rushing things because you want to get better and do more, but I don't think I took the proper progressions and movement patterns. So that's why I don't.
So you can progress, but your career won't last as long. So our job is to get in there and find the inconsistencies in the muscles, find any kind of scar tissue, adhesions, trigger points, whatever have you. Find all those and then smooth it out so that way the muscles get as much of the oxygen and minerals, or not minerals, vitamins as it needs in order to perform as well as it needs to. And then also have that range of motion. Because once that muscle shortens up, you have scar tissue in there, which means it's not getting the proper blood flow, oxygen. Then it doesn't have the proper length, and that's when injury becomes an issue, or it starts to go. You start to go to your joints for that range of motion, and that's when you start to get tendonitis, any kind of joint pains, inflammation stays there more often. Turns into a big old mess. So that's getting nice and fat already.
And we want that?
Well, we got enough blood in there.
Okay.
So we're gonna start pulling it out now with some of these cups. So I'm gonna put some cups down here. I like try to stay away from the neck just because there's more important stuff going through, like veins, arteries. I don't like that area. Of course.
I can't confirm, but I think it was after that it started.
Where my problems began. So I'm gonna have her do a couple of different things. I'm gonna have her reach. I'll let you know when we start. I'm gonna have her reach and then bring the arm back and take it behind her. So I'm putting the cups accordingly to where I know where the muscle is gonna fire off that way. This one I'm gonna go a little bit high up on the armpit with the rear delt. We also have to make sure that shoulder comes back a little bit. And then we're gonna put these little rubber cups on. So just having one of these doesn't really pull a lot, but when you start adding a bunch of them all together, you can feel them all working together. Okay, so Jenny, now you're gonna go like this, and then you're gonna bring that arm back like you're swimming and take it behind you.
Like grab it?
Yeah. And you're gonna go high up there. And there we go. You feel that pulling a lot?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like here.
Good. Okay, and you're gonna come back out, put on your quad, then just relax it and do that same exercise again. There you go. So I want you to kind of cock it back and then throw it. Go ahead. There you go. And in a bit, I'll start putting some cups right down here.
Keep going?
Yeah. That should feel more fluid. Now we see that scap coming out. There we go. Okay, so now go ahead and relax it. There we go. So whenever we have cups on, we want to make sure that the muscle goes to its neutral or its relaxed state, just because if we have, the cups kind of give us an indication of what the muscle is going to do when it's tensed up or when it's working. So what you're going to do is you're going to punch out and then come up.
That one hurts.
Yeah. So the movements are very important because, again, when this muscle is being used, now take it back down.
So at here, I feel it here a lot.
Okay.
And then punch, it's
You feel
both here and here.
Okay.
Coming up, that one hurts a lot.
Okay, that's all right. Now, once she keeps, while she's gonna keep doing this exercise, remember when you go down, everything nice and relaxed. There we go. We want to reset the muscle. Drop that off. Drop that off. There you go. This exercise should get easier and easier for her. There you go. Drop it. There you go. And I'm kind of going easy on her today just because if you don't get this work done often and it doesn't stay stimulated, it's going to suck all over again. It's like your first workout. Okay, so that movement that you did when you were first telling me what was wrong with you, do that movement now.
Sitting or standing?
Standing. How does that feel?
Feels better.
Did you still feel that impingement or that pingement?
No.
No? Okay.
No, at least not this not the same as before.
Okay. Now how does it feel now?
Like smoother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still tighter than the other side?
Slightly, but not as significant.
Now you were talking about your sternum right in here. How does that feel? Or it does not bug you?
It was good.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna have you lay face up again, and we're gonna force this muscle to open up.
Yeah, I feel that already.
And I'm just getting right into this pocket and pushing down. And as I go in, I'm actually putting a lot of pressure, and I'm forcing her arm up while I'm pushing down on my palm. You know? Relax it. Okay. Now we're gonna get into the fist, or use the fist. Drop that arm, relax it.
I feel that like through the arm towards like my fingers.
Like right here?
Like, yeah, like to my elbow and then almost to like here.
That is your radial nerve. So we gotta figure out why is that firing off. It might be just because I'm putting pressure here, but we'll find out in a bit. And now I'm gonna bring her arm up. This is pushing we're actually stretching the pec out. That radial nerve still firing off?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how it does now. A little bit easier? Or stay the same?
Same.
Okay. So I'm
it's not going as far to my pinky anymore, but it's staying kind of
okay,
here.
so we're gonna look at her tricep after this. Okay? Then we're gonna do one more stretch. Right there. Nice big deep breath. Same?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. When's the last time you seen your chiropractor?
I'm not at
Oh my gosh.
Is it bad?
It's not where it needs to be.
Ooh. Yeah, someone, because it was hurting me a little bit when I was doing snatches.
Yeah.
I'm like push that or like mess with that sometimes too. So he told me to do this and then like
Don't do that.
don't do that.
Well, what are you doing? Show me.
Just this.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
You have a tendon in here that if you do that and you go down too far, you will rip that tendon. That tendon doesn't have very much room to go around.
Vic, don't tell people to do that.
Because I'm serious, if you do this and you go down too fast,
Yeah.
just do this. You can feel that pull.
Yeah.
That tendon will tear and you will not be able to use any of this.
Ooh.
Yeah. Did you feel it?
I was like, oh shit.
Don't do that, dude.
You need to put a little thing. Don't try this.
You're going to feel that for the rest of the day now.
Dang.
People don't, because it's not a normal action to do that.
Yeah.
But if you hold that tight and you pull down, you will tear that tendon. Don't do that.
Okay. I mean, I didn't.
Don't do that.
Yikes.
Not a lot of people know about that just because it's not a normal action. Nobody's going to go, hey, what's up?
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, you learned something here today.
Yeah. Oh, that's scary. Imagine just one day you're just like, ah! You literally would tear it and it won't move anywhere and it'll start bruising up and bleed.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
So we're going to start stripping the tricep. What I need you to do is do this for me. Just like that. Nice and
keep going.
Nice and controlled, okay? Oh, there's my child. All the way down. We're gonna get all the way to the attachment point. There we go. We're gonna try that again. Go a little bit higher right in here. So I'm letting Jenny do all the work. And all I'm doing is trapping her tricep down. Okay, go ahead, relax it. We're gonna do the same thing for the bicep. You remember this one? You're just gonna do this, okay? So we're gonna have it there, and when I tell you to, you're gonna pull it down nice and controlled. Go relax it, relax it. Okay, take it back in. Don't flex it. And pull down.
This way.
No, towards, there you go. Fully extend the arm. Awesome. It's like squeezing toothpaste out of the toothpaste. The paste out of the toothpaste. Go ahead. There we go. Awesome. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to try that same stretch we did with your pec. A lot easier?
A lot easier.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you still feel it in there?
A little bit, but
Okay.
not all the way down.
Awesome.
Just still to the elbow.
That'll work. So, the floss band, they used to call this voodoo floss because they didn't really know how it worked. But what it does is we're going to wrap it from the bottom to the top of her forearm. And we're pushing all the blood and oxygen out of here. And we're going to force her muscles and tendons to work without all of that. So it's going to feel like...
Death.
It feels horrible. And we're going to do this for 3 minutes. And all we're doing is rubbing the muscle and the tendon together, creating friction, breaking up scar tissue. Then we take it off relatively fast. And all that blood comes in. It's like when you turn on a water hose and that water hose is flat, all that blood's going to just open everything up and hopefully break.
Party.
Yeah.
I remember.
No, you're just going to put it down here. When we do your...
Full arm.
That's
oh,
what we do.
this is just this
We're
part?
just going to do the...
Okay.
Okay. So rule of this, 50-50. 50% tension, 50% overlapping. Jenny has a tiny arm, so we're not going to use even half of this band.
I lost my games.
Okay, she's gonna put it down like this, and you're just gonna emphasize using the
Rotate.
yeah. Just I don't care how you use it. You're just gonna use your wrist.
Okay.
What that is doing is activating her flexors and her extensors, basically everything in her forearm, and breaking up whatever trash she's got in there. You can have it open, closed. You can do whatever you want. I just want to make sure that you are emphasizing using your wrist. You guys can see the pain in her face.
I can't hear anything you're saying right now.
This thing sucks. It is horrible. But she's gonna feel amazing after we take it off. And the next, it's a lot of the therapists use it because we beat the crap out of our forearms. And we have a lot of gunk and scar tissue in there.
Does it feel like nothing's like even
like I can't do it.
no circulation?
Right like,
Well, look at her hand.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
She's got a couple more seconds. And then her arm will get really red, and that's all the blood and oxygen coming out and taking out all of the toxins.
Like it feels like a workout.
It is a workout. That's literally what it is. And then once the red goes away, her skin color will go back to normal. She might have some bruises just from the wraps, but it's a really good tool to use, especially if we're running short on time. Nice big deep breath. There you go. All right, hold it up for me. And this is how fast we're gonna take it off. There it is. There you go. Just show the people how red the hand is. There you go. So it'll feel fatigued for the rest of the day. Tomorrow it'll feel like she has a brand new forearm and hand. This thing is awesome, but if it's only good if you can withstand that 3 minutes.
Yeah. Like you had me do my.
So right now Jenny is having some issues. Not really any issues. When she stretches, she gets more of a stretch on this side than she does on this side. So I'm just making sure everything's nice and even. We're gonna place some cups down her lumbar part of her back and then down her hips. And then we're gonna have her move so that way when she stretches, she's gonna feel it on both sides. And if there's anything off, the cups will kind of let us know. And then once we have these cups on, I'll have her stand up. We'll have her do some specific movements. I've known Jenny for quite some time. We've become pretty close. But for the rest of you, don't ever just pull somebody's pants down like that. That's a no-no. I want to make sure I'm not hitting her hip. There we go. All right, they're all on pretty tight. All right, Jenny, you're gonna go ahead and stand up for me. Do you remember these exercises?
I feel like you're gonna have me reach
Yes.
or something across the table. Oh, so I have a board on my back. All right.
So you're gonna dive down. Remember to use your legs nice and controlled. Make sure your feet are pointed the same way as your knees. You're gonna dive down. Straighten the legs. Have a nice ramp in your back. Bend the knees. Come back up. And go neutral.
Good. Straight.
There you go. Bend the knees. Come up. There you go. Over and over for me. Make sure when you come up, you relax those shoulders. Everything's nice and loose. Get a nice close up on all those cups, dude.
Oh.
She's very cheating. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna start taking them off. You keep doing your exercise. Once I take them all off, we're gonna do one more for me. Then you fix yourself. Then you're gonna touch your toes. All right, go touch your toes. Tell me how that feels. You still getting a little bit more stretch on your right side?
No, I think I just feel it because of
The cups?
yeah.
Okay. All right, that's it, guys. That's it. That was Jenny. We worked on her. We kicked her butt a little bit. After 6 months of not coming to see us, which is what she gets. We're gonna have this posted on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Stay tuned. Follow. Do all that good stuff. Get your fix, guys.